Today, I've put 24 of the greatest NBA teams to never win a ring into one league together. Just saying this now, big congrats to all teams involved in this video because, well, one team is going to have to win, finally become a champion. This video was inspired by a tweet I saw from Jason Maples asking about the best teams to never win a chip. There were a bunch of thoughtful replies. I was able to cook up a roster and this video all together. Now, in my opinion, the spirit of that tweet was to mention different eras of franchises that didn't win a ring. Not dominant teams who lost in the finals but eventually would win. So for example, the 73-9 Warriors and the 2017 Cavs might be the two best single season teams ever to not end up with a ring, but both those franchises, Golden State and Cleveland, they did win a championship. You know what I mean? So they aren't included. Nah, we went for teams that, yeah, never won. You know what? Let's just start looking at the teams. These were the most obvious ones. They were mentioned so many times on that tweet. The 2018 Rockets, James Harden, Chris Paul and his hamstring, Clint Capella. How this Rockets team never won a ring? Well, we know why, Golden State, but it's crazy. Similarly, the Steve Nash 7 seconds or less Phoenix Suns were competitive for a good 6-year stretch. They made 3 conference finals. This is the version we're going with, 2005, when they were loaded. MVP Steve never got over the hump. I thought for sure the 2002 Kings fit into this category. They made the West Finals. They got robbed against the Lakers in 2002. We know the story, and obviously a very good roster on paper here in 2K. The 1998 Jazz had to be included. When you lose in back-to-back finals and never win a ring, you're obviously a highlight of this video. The Jazz both to Michael Jordan. We know those losses. And the final super obvious one, the 2012 Thunder. They lost in the finals, never got back to the finals. Kevin Durant went to Golden State. We know the story. This team is so good. They're probably going to dominate this video. I'm calling it now. Okay, so those were like the most obvious teams that nobody could dispute. These next few teams were a lot of fun to find. Well, fun for me, but definitely sad for the fan bases. Up first, the 91 Trailblazers. They lost to MJ. Remember when he shrugged, you know, in the finals? They had also lost prior to the Detroit Pistons. The Trailblazers lost in the finals 2 of 3 seasons. I always forget that. The 2002 Nets are next. They took advantage of a really weak Eastern Conference, but they lost in the finals back-to-back seasons and obviously never won a ring. I know a lot of people love to discount the bubble and all that, but the Miami Heat made the finals twice in a 4-year span, 2020 and 2023, led by Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and they've yet to win a ring. And finally, this team is insane. The 1953 Knicks, I found this one myself. They lost in the finals 3 years in a row, just owned by George Mikan. He and the Lakers simply owned this poverty Knicks franchise. That's tough. Our next category of teams I called Michael Jordan victims, either directly losing to him in the finals or, you know, losing to him a bunch during the 90s. That would be highlighted by the 96 Sonics, Gary Payton, Sean Kemp. They were also really good in 94. That's when they got upset by Dikembe Mutombo and the 8-seed Nuggets. Yeah, crazy they never won. The 1993 Suns, an easy team to put in there. I think they won 60+ games that year. Chuck Barkley won MVP. They pushed the Bulls to 6 games in the finals before losing. The 95 Knicks with Patrick Ewing. Obviously, they lost to Hakeem and the Rockets in the finals, but Pat and the boys, John Starks, yeah, they were always losing to MJ in the Eastern Conference playoffs. And same goes for the 2000 Indiana Pacers. They eventually became a victim of Shaq and Kobe that year in the finals, but Reggie against Michael and the Bulls in the finals, in the Eastern Conference finals, it just never worked out, even though they were always so close. And the final category of teams I want to point out, the biggest single season what ifs. How did they not win? Yes, the 2021 Brooklyn Nets are always on the list for this team. Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, 2 of those 3 dudes are NBA champions, but they didn't win with the Nets, even though they were so close. And along those lines, I decided to include the 2011 Bulls. Obviously, this Bulls team was competitive for a good stretch. They lost to LeBron a few times, but when Derrick Rose was the MVP, they made the East Finals. Dang it, dude. That was such a good era. And that was very quickly 15 of, I think, the 22 teams I built for this video. We'll see more as the video goes on. Let me know what other teams I could have included using the criteria I put forward. Anyways, let's see how it goes. And through our first season simulation, wouldn't you know it, it's a player from a team I didn't mention in the intro, Dwight Howard from the 2009 Magic, a monster season to win MVP. Yes, I understand that. Rookie of the Year, Harry Gallatin from those 1953 loser New York Knicks. Oh my word, the Knicks taking home all the hardware. Ernie Vandaway wins 6th Man of the Year. What? Shaquille O'Neal from the 1994 Magic. Yes, they're in this roster, on this roster too. He wins DPOY, not Dwight. That's very interesting. Derrick Rose wins Clutch Player of the Year. Yep, these Bulls, all them and the Thunder are probably ruining this video. First team All-NBA, we've got Dwight, of course. Karl Malone, always first team All-NBA. It always happens. We've got Shaq. So both Magic big men from their finals losing teams and and Russ. Nice to see Russ in there. We've got Jermaine O'Neal from the 04 Pacers. That's another team I didn't mention in the intro. Derrick Rose, KD, Jason Kidd, James Harden. I guess those Nets probably simulated well. Chris Webber, Blake Griffin, Harden, and Capella from the 2018 Rockets. Chris Paul from the Lob City Clippers. Very interesting. I actually built this roster a while ago from when I'm recording. I'm forgetting how many fun teams there are in here. Wow, the 09 Magic, the 1 seed, the 02 Kings, the 2 seed. Hey, I did a good job building this roster. I can't even lie. Look at the parity. 56 wins for 3 teams sitting atop the standings. The 2023 Heat are up. The 1953 Knicks were good. Oh my word. I thought that was the worst team by far. Both Suns teams are in it. As we keep going down, LeBron's first era stint with the Cavs, they make the playoffs. The 2011 Bulls. Okay. Wow. You know what team I don't see here as missing the playoffs? The Blazers, the Knicks, the Jazz. Oh, wait a minute. I was about to say, I thought I hadn't seen the Thunder yet. Nope. I just ignored them. The Thunder were the 2 seed. Okay. That's what I figured. The Bulls weren't as good as I thought, the 2011 Bulls, but the Thunder, they always simulate so well. A couple teams that missed the playoffs that I didn't show in the intro. The 1985 Bucks. This team was perennially in the Eastern Conference Finals, which I didn't know. I guess they were always losing to the Pistons, the Celtics, all those teams. And the 2000 Portland Trailblazers, they lost to the Lakers at least once, and probably the Spurs in there sometime too. Pretty good roster. They missed the playoffs. Somebody had to miss. Fair enough. Wow, look at the 2012 Thunder. We've got Russ leading the NBA in scoring, coming in second, Kevin Durant. So they must have like split MVP votes to not win it, both with amazing seasons. I don't know, man. Dwight might have robbed them. Karl Malone always simulates unbelievably. 30 and 15, but the Jazz missed the playoffs. Crazy. Okay, 2010 LeBron had a monster season. The Cavs are in the playoffs. Kyrie and James Harden from the Nets, both with really good seasons. There's Dwight and Shaq, very fitting next to each other. Always love to see my guy Steve Nash cooking there. 15 points, 12 assists per game. That is prime Steve Nash. I think those Suns indeed made the playoffs. Jason Kidd, a great season for the Nets. We've got the potential for some great matchups in the playoffs. The 2021 Nets cleared the rest of the league by a good chunk offensively. Almost 120 points a game, my word. While defensively, the 02 Kings, who simulated were the 2nd seed, the best defense in the NBA by a good margin there. Those 2 teams meet. Okay, anyways, I'm not gonna lie. The biggest disappointment of our season simulation, the 2018 Rockets. They are the 15 seed. They barely made the playoffs. James Harden's numbers aren't that crazy. Dude, this team was like why I made this video. Wow. All right, true story. I tried going outside, touching some grass recently. It's all of a sudden the summer. It is way too hot. So like enough of that. I'm back inside with my dog Winnie. She wishes she was outside, but again, it's far too hot. Anyways, I'm rambling. I wanted to tell you all once again about Underdog Fantasy and their continued support of my channel. Between right now when you're seeing this video and Monday, July 15th, new customers get 2 specials, including one for the MLB Home Run Derby. I know, Winnie, you can hardly believe it too. 2 specials for new customers. There's never been a better time to sign up for Underdog. Use code JCAN. My link and more info is down below. We had a pair of sweeps in our first round playoff action. MVP Dwight and the 09 Magic simply steamrolled the grit and grind Grizzlies, while Charles Barkley's 93 Suns bullied the poor 86 Mavericks. Wow, not even close. The Mavericks, a very underrated historic team. I had no clue. They were always in the playoffs, always trying to make a run during the 1980s. They made a Western Conference Finals, but always came up short. Slightly less painful than a sweep, we had a trio of 5-game series losses. Jimmy Butler's 2023 Heat are on a mission as they dusted the 04 Pacers. LeBron and the 2010 Cavs taught those old man Knicks a lesson. And DPOY Magic Shaq was no match for the Russ KD Thunder. The 2004 Pacers were just, they epitomized the mid-2000s form of basketball. If only the malice at the palace, man, it really ruined them. And the 95 Magic, dude, Shaq eventually went on to become a champion. This roster was just a little bit too young when they ran into Hakeem, and man, they are really good. I can't believe they got beasted by those Thunder. Okay. Finally, in what I'd hoped would be a series to go the distance, the Lob City Clippers, led by Chris Paul, managed to not choke in the first round, handling the usually dominant 2011 Bulls in 6 games. No, seriously, anytime we do a LeBron era simulation or include this historic Bulls team, they always eat, but nah. They just lost in the first round to Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, and the LA Lakers head coach JJ Redick. I mean, that's the difference maker right there. But we still have 2 first-round series with the dust yet to settle, and both include prime James Harden. This is crazy. We might have James Harden. You know, he's not had a lot of playoff success. He's never won a ring. Both his teams might be out in the first round. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. If I speak, I am in big trouble. Oh, no. On their home court, the Nets, for shame. I mean, we can't blame James Harden entirely, but they just got beat by their head coach, Steve Nash. Oh, look at that. Kyrie, 31 was awesome. James, I mean, he did his thing, 31 and 9. Kevin Durant shot 7 of 18. That's not good enough, bruh. What are you doing? Maybe KD felt like there could only be one version of him into the second round. Okay, what about you, James Harden? This would be a massive upset. The 2018 Rockets are the 15 seed. They pushed this to 7 on the road. Oh my gosh, and this game's coming right down to the wire. Here we go. This would be a massive choke by the Kings. I'm not gonna lie. 56 games won in the regular season. Oh, good look for Doug Christie on the perimeter. James was slow to close out. No. I find myself rooting for this 2018 Rockets team. They probably should have won in 2018. No, good offensive rebound. Oh my gosh, PJ Tucker wide open off the offensive rebound by Eric Gordon. Okay, that's big time. Chris Webber going to work. Chris Webber, MVP candidate. No way. Clint Capella just... Wow, Vlade Divac outworked him. That is crazy. Offensive rebounds on back-to-back possessions in the clutch, playing a huge factor. Eric Gordon's wide open and missing. Wow, I couldn't even get the words out. They're fouling. The Rockets are double teaming. Are they going to foul or are they going to try and force? Yeah, okay, commit to the... Oh, no. Oh, no, that's... That's Paige. Nope. You can't leave Peja Stojakovic. That's crazy. That's a game we were so close. The 2018 Rockets, they shot a ton of threes. They actually hit them, unlike in Game 7 against Golden State in 2018. James Harden had a great game as per usual. Chris Paul, they just couldn't get defensive stops, I guess. Yeah, everybody played well for Houston. Dang. Again, I'm by no means a huge James Harden or Rockets fan, but to see both versions of Harden go out in the first round, it just feels wrong. As we move on to the second round with 2 Phoenix Suns teams. That's interesting. I mean, actually, for a team that's been around as long as the Suns, like forever, and to have 0 rings, it makes sense that they'd be well represented in this video. Let's go. Unfortunately, 1 Phoenix Suns team, wow, they just got chewed up. This 09 Magic team is a steamroller. And our other team, my beloved Steve Nash era Suns, they're down 3-2. Okay, they can still make it a series. And by the way, I'm only focusing on this Sun series because our other 2 series, well, they're already in the books too. We'll get to that in a second here. But this game got a little bit scary, a little bit tight here. Looks like Steve Nash and the Suns are indeed going to force a Game 7. That is good. Not that I'm rooting against the 0-2 Kings. We all know they were robbed in real life, but I am rooting for this Sun squad and for a Game 7. Let's go. It is back in Sacramento, by the way. Game 7. This could go, wow, this could go either way. These two teams seem so tightly matched, demonstrated by the fact this was a 6-point game coming out of the halftime break with neither team clearly being able to get a stop until the fourth quarter, apparently, when the Kings have kind of locked it down. I know both teams are at 120 points here, but that slowed the pace a bit. Sacramento, if they can get good shots here, good stops, they're going to close this game out. Phoenix needs to clutch up defensively. That was precisely their issue for this entire era. When they never won a ring, they can't get stops. Okay, the Suns, you got to drop a play for a 3 here, Mike D'Antoni. Your 2018 Rockets already failed in a Game 7. No, oh my word. This is not a good matchup. Amari is not a post-up dude. That is so frustrating. MVP Steve Nash with 18 points, 19 assists. Both Quentin Richardson and Joe Johnson had good games, but it was no good. We move to the conference finals where, yes, it'll be the 09 Magic against Jimmy Butler's Heat, who swept the Lob City Clippers. And speaking of sweeps, the Thunder all over LeBron's 2010 Cavs. I actually haven't showed this roster yet, the 2010 Cavaliers. It's 99 overall LeBron and not much else. Old man Shaq. I mean, it's not surprising they got steamrolled. Wow, oh my word. I mean, it doesn't matter, but I'm just noticing this now. Jermaine O'Neal averaged 38 and 13 in a 5-game series loss in round 1. That is nuts. Russ is going crazy for the Thunder. So is Kevin Durant. Wait, that's other Kevin Durant. Anyways, okay. Just how I like it. We're into the conference finals, and we've got a pair of 3-2 series. Wow, we're going right down to the wire. Let's go. Up first, the 2012 Thunder have a chance to close out on their home court the 0-2 Kings. They better handle business, man. Sacramento was clutch, and Sacramento emphatically sending this thing back to the Golden State. They win by 24 points, something like that. Look at Chris Webber in his prime, 33, 12, and 5. This series ain't over. In the exact same spot, the Miami Heat, led by Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, they have a chance to close out this series in 6 on their home court. And this time, the home team in game 6 takes care of business. All right, this 2023 Heat team, I'm not gonna lie, surprising me a bit at how dominant they are. They've just booked themselves a trip to the finals. That's a little unpredictable, I can't lie. Like, just on paper, okay, 93 Jimmy Butler, 89 Bam, 84 Hero. That's solid. They are not that deep. I guess I gave them a lot of 77 overalls. Fair enough. But even compared to that Magic team they just beat, I mean, Dwight, Hito, well, I don't know, more 80s on the Magic, but I guess they aren't quite as deep. Miami, you know what? Congrats. Let me stop overthinking it. But let's get those 2023 Heat a matchup in the finals. Will it be C-Web and the Kings, Kevin Durant and the Thunder? Well, by the time we got to the 4th quarter of Game 7, I was convinced it would be the Thunder, as even their role players were getting involved to help them build a nice lead. A lead that the Thunder were indeed able to hold on to right to the end of this game. And in fact, they built on it. A 14-point win. Okay, well, an 11-point win. Anyways, it's neither here nor there. The 2012 Thunder are advancing to the NBA Finals. Oh my gosh, I gotta stop calling it. Did I mention? I think I called it the Kevin Durant Thunder. Nah, Russell Westbrook is the captain now. 9 turnovers, but we moved. That's just prime Russ at work. And let me say, all right, I'm a bit surprised to see the 2023 Heat making it to the finals of our never won a ring season simulation, but the 2012 Thunder, not at all surprising. I mean, I mentioned it in the intro. This team always simulates so freaking well. I mean, you saw the numbers Russ put up in Game 7, and he's only a 90 overall. He doesn't even need to be like a 95, 96. Nah. In the playoffs, he's absolutely the leader of this team, averaging 33, 6, and 8. I mean, Durant's only playing 34 minutes a night. I don't really get that, but it's clearly working. They are steamrolling the competition. Will the Miami Heat be able to put up a fight? Let me know in the comment section right now. For competitive, chaotic, interesting purposes, I mean, I hope they do, but these Thunder really scare me, bruh. Evidently, those Thunder did not scare Jimmy Butler, as he dropped a team-high 26 points in Game 1. The Heat walked into OKC and stole a W. I was roasting prime James Harden earlier in the video for losing twice in the first round, but young Harden poured in 37 points for the Thunder as they even the series back up. Back in Miami, meanwhile, Kevin Durant would put his stamp on the series with 39 and 10 in a Game 3 win, followed by 37 points in Game 4 as the Thunder took a stranglehold 3-1 series lead. Thankfully, a monster 33, 8, and 8 performance from Butler on the road prolonged this series for the Heat, sending it back to Miami where the Heat could force a Game 7 here. All right, it's a 3-2 series. The Thunder are up. They've controlled most of this series. Man, I just said the word series like so many times. And I'll say it once again here. The Heat have a chance to push this series to Game 7, but it's a tie game with under a minute left. Oh my word, I jumped into this game way too late. I didn't think it was this close. I wasn't paying attention. Russell Westbrook. Oh no! James Harden. Oh my gosh. James Harden was, I don't know what Tyler Hero was doing. He left the man wide open, but he bricked. Harden in the clutch. Woo, Kyle Lowry, coast to coast. No, but he grabs the rebound. Kick it out, Kyle. Chill. Kyle Lowry, I don't know what he's cooking. I don't know what Tyler Hero was doing defensively. The Heat have a chance for a game winner. Jimmy Butler, that's a good look. He missed. Bam on the glass. No, Bam. Yes. Don't go up against Serge Ibaka. That was so smart. Who's going to hit a game winner for the Heat? It's Bam inside. This time he goes up. He gets the dunk animation. Ibaka can't block it. Wow. Dog, what a sequence. James Harden could have hit an absolute dagger. He missed. Kyle Lowry missed. Grabbed the O board. Jimmy Butler missed. They grabbed the O board. Oh my word. The Thunder can win this. They can win it for the NBA championship. No! Yo, this game is nuts. There's no, they did not work for a good shot. Russ Westbrook just chucked it. I can't believe it. They just won the title. Oh my word, the 2012 Thunder. They are so freaking loaded. I get it. They deserve to win it, but in that moment, nah, son, I am rattled. I was so ready. That was supposed to go to, this series was supposed to go to 7. All right, what in the world was Russ doing making that shot for the title? This is your moment, Russ. Congrats, my guy, winning finals MVP. I don't even need to see the stats. You hit hit a shot like that, you deserve that trophy. Man alive, I just had to grab some replays of this shot, that shot. So I'm finally, like, I've come down a bit from what that was just unbelievable. Dude, Russ, I mean, his numbers were legit for finals MVP. He is always unconscious in these videos, Russell Westbrook, and sometimes it works out real well. And again, seeing the 2012 Thunder win this video, completely fitting, one of the greatest teams eras to never win a ring. But we got to run it back and see if we get a different outcome. Do we get another hero? All right, our second season sim sees a very similar result. Wow, that was a lot of S's, alliteration. Dwight Howard wins MVP. First team All-NBA, Dwight, LeBron, Karl Malone, Shaq, Russell Westbrook. I think that is identical. What in the world? Looking at the playoff bracket, the 09 Magic again are the 1 seed. This time the 2012 Thunder are the 2 seed. They're probably going to make another run. I see the Nets, the Sonics, the Bucks. I think, are these almost identical teams to miss the playoffs? The Grizzlies missed it this time around. Okay. But other than that, the standings look pretty similar. Man, that Magic team simulates so well. LeBron's Cavs are up there. The Clippers and the Bulls again. Okay. Once again, I gotta wonder if the Thunder duo got robbed of MVP. Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook up there. Karl Malone, again, 31 and 50, like just casually dropping historic numbers. Doesn't matter. The Jazz keep missing the playoffs. There's LeBron, Dwight, Kyrie. Okay, James Harden. Wow, we nearly had the Miami Heat, the 2023 Heat, upset as they beat James Harden's Nets. Oh, I just put that together in 7 games. Dog, that Nets team. I've included that version of the Nets in a few different videos in the past. I feel like they never perform. But we do have a massive upset on the other side of our bracket. The 2012 Thunder are out in 7 games. Wow, I mean, shout out to my Steve Nash Phoenix Suns for doing it. Katie and Russ were awesome. James Harden was good too. I guess it must have been an offensive bonanza. The 05 Suns just super balanced. Steve averaged 18 and 13. My guy is a playoff riser. Just look at all these double figures. You know what? You love to see it. Nothing against that Thunder team, but we need a new champion. Are you saying it might end up being the 1953 Knicks, who upset Derrick Rose's Bulls in the first round? D-Rose, man, what a disappointing video for you. I'm bouncing all over the place. The Lob City Clippers beat the 04 Pacers. LeBron's 2010 Cavs advanced. Charles Barkley's 93 Suns beat the Houston Rockets. I don't know, dude, the 2018 Rockets, I think I juiced their I made Chris Paul a 91 overall. What is going on? What is going on is the Miami Heat on a revenge tour here. Jimmy Butler and the Heat, a 4-2 win over the Kings. Also on a revenge tour. I can't remember where they lost in the first season sim, but the 2014 Lob City Clippers sweeping Steve Nash and the Suns. Oh well. We've got a couple 3-2 series here, including LeBron's 2010 Cavs. Does LeBron finally get over the hump with his first stint? Oh boy, he's gonna have to come up clutch in game 6. I mean, they do have the series lead. Anderson Varejao made all defensive second team this year, but that's Charles Barkley, the MVP. LeBron is not on the floor. I saw he was just about to check in. That is classic 2K AI. Well, let's see if Big Z, oh my gosh. I think Shaq is running small forward right now. Or, okay, he's at center. That means Anderson Varejao is running small forward, and somehow it works. They get a bucket. Finally, we get a whistle, so LeBron is in there. I think they brought in Anton Jameson. Yes, this is a legit closing lineup, but can they do it? A 3 would be nice. Mo Williams is open. Shoot. Oh my word, he didn't shoot it. He was legit open there. LeBron found him out of the... Now you're gonna shoot a 2, Mo. You're really gonna shoot a 2. Anderson Varejao on the glass. All right, fouls now. Make or miss. You were wide open for 3. Okay, Anthony Parker from way downtown. That was just not... That's not the 3 you want. 36, 7, and 14 for LeBron in a loss. Oh my word, he legit has no help. It is far too reflective of real life, that 2010 Cavs team. Okay, the Magic are up 3-2 in their series against the 1953 Knicks. Can they close it out? Indeed, it's sad to say it, but the early 1950s perennial finals losing New York Knicks. I mean, they made the playoffs in both our season sims. I don't really know how they did that, but credit to them. These old white dudes, I mean, they know what they're doing. In black and white, pulling up for 3. Oh, he hit that. Okay, well, let's go out on a high note. Them dudes at MSG would have been accusing Dwight Howard of like witchcraft or something, the way he probably did him dirty in game 6. Back to LeBron and the Cavs versus Chuck and the Suns, our final second round series to wrap up. We're back in Phoenix game 7. Wow, this game was legit teetering on a blowout in favor of the Suns, but LeBron and the 2010 Cavs are in a position to win it. Mo Williams actually fouled out in this game. I just checked as Richard Dumas going to the rim. Anton Jameson, LeBron going to work, stepping back. Oh, that's a great look. That was a great move. Holy crap, that step back was amazing. Oh boy, nobody tells Skip Bayless, but LeBron did miss 1 of 2 free throws. Not that it really would have mattered. It was a 1-possession game. Either way, Cleveland just needs a stop. You know Phoenix is going to go to the low block to Charles Barkley. Yeah, don't have him shoot a 3. Get him down here where he's effective. He gets Jameson up in the air. Oh, that was a weird animation. He missed, but he grabbed the board, of course. Phoenix might accidentally shoot a game-winning 3 right here. They might be forced into it. Kevin Johnson working off a screen over Delonte West. Tie game. That is ice cold. As punishment for both these teams failing to close it out in regulation, we go to Simcast, where one team could easily go on a run. It's the Suns. It's the Suns. They go on a run. Just like in 2010, wow, LeBron kind of a mid-performance by his standards as the Cavs lose in the second round. That may have just triggered a lot of Cleveland PTSD for Cav fans. I'm sorry. But we move on to the conference finals. Magic, Heat, Suns, Clippers. And this time around, our Battle of Florida in the conference finals goes the way of MVP Dwight Howard. Fair enough. That was a rematch of our season 1 simulation. Charles Barkley and the Suns are up 3-2 in the series, a chance to advance to the NBA finals. And Phoenix finds themselves up 4, just over a minute left, a stop and a score. This game's over. Can they get it done? Charles Barkley on Blake Griffin. Blake, you should be able to score. Charles wasn't the greatest defender. Can Jamal Crawford on the wing find them a good look? That was decent, but he bricked it. Okay, there's a stop. And yep. Charles Barkley is wide open. He didn't shoot it. Charles passed up the dagger. Instead, he hits Dan Marley, who probably hits the dagger right there. Indeed, it was the final nail in the coffin. The 2014 Clippers could not hit anything from the perimeter. Charles Barkley, the MVP, 27, 12, 7, and 5, filling up the stat sheet. En route to an NBA Finals appearance. Magic, Suns, I love it, man. 2 new teams going at it. Dwight Howard was an absolute monster during this era for the Magic. They, of course, made the finals, lost to Kobe. 27 and 18 averages in these playoffs. His supporting cast shooting the lights out like they did in 09. Meanwhile, this 93 Suns team, had they not run into Michael Jordan, who knows what could have been. Charles not playing very many minutes, but I mean, I guess it works. Good strategy, I suppose. Dude, what is... I feel like every finals I simulate recently ends up going 3-2, and trust me, I am not complaining. I love these clutch finishes. It's just crazy that it keeps happening. Orlando a chance to close it out right here on the road in Phoenix. Oh, but Phoenix not going down without a fight. It's a 3-point game, under 2 left. They've got an automatic bucket right there. Charles Barkley slipping the screen. We see that all the time. I don't think Chuck and the boys are gonna... Wait a minute. They don't go pick and roll. They go Dwight on the low block. Okay, that's not a great look. Chambers doesn't slip it. I think he can shoot 3s. Tom Chambers, he missed. That was a good look. Great offensive rebound. Kevin Johnson inside. Charles Barkley now driving. Who's gonna come up with a shot though for Phoenix? Danny Ainge over JJ Redick. He makes it. Oh my word. That I didn't see coming. Rayford trying to sauce Kevin Johnson, who's playing great defense. No, right? No, that's an off shot. Jameer Nelson is on the court now. He's going inside to Dwight Howard. They need a quick 2, right? Dwight over Charles Barkley. What? No chance he's missing that over Chuck. Come on, 2K. That's wild. But once again, I will not complain about tight, epic, clutch finishes in this video. I don't think Dwight should have missed that, but it forces a game 7 where the Suns have an early lead. That early lead, though, is a thing in the rearview mirror at this point in game 7. The Magic playing good defense. Kevin Johnson trying to find himself some space. He doesn't get it. He's gonna go inside now. He's against Dwight. Oh, it's over. It's over. That's Dwight Howard, man, the MVP. Wait a minute. Terrible possession. Dwight on the low block. No, he can't get it to go. Grabs his own board. He missed again. Unbelievable, Dwight. Come on, man. I'm trying to gas this man up with his play in the clutch. Oh, that's wide open. Dan Marley. The Suns not going down without a fight. It's a tie game, and the Suns, unless Orlando goes quick, the Suns have a 2-for-1. They're gonna get the final shot of this game. Jameer Nelson inside, drops it off to Dwight. Ooh, Dwight, he got a pretty nice animation there. I did not know what he was going to do with that ball, but it worked. There is still a shot clock. What do the Suns do? They go right into Chuck with, no, that horrible animation. Dwight Howard has been really good in the clutch, but he's not hitting 2 out of 2. He just did. He just did. Oh, my word. Oh, and that fouled Charles Barkley out. I just noticed that. Wow. Tom Chambers, a million pump fakes, puts up a 3. That's it. That is it. In the end, it's a bit anticlimactic. Charles Barkley missed a clutch shot. Dwight Howard with 2 very clutch free throws that I did not see coming, and the result is simple, man. There you go, our second champion of teams that never won a ring. It is the 2009 Orlando Magic. Honestly, a pretty fitting champion, along with the 2012 OKC Thunder, both very good teams that came up just short. From what I could tell, Dwight Howard had his way with the rest of the league in both our season simulations. He won 2 regular season MVPs, and there you go, he takes home finals MVP for his efforts. Let me know what you thought of the video down below. The the Magic, the Thunder, two of the greatest teams to never win a ring, right? Or maybe let me know if you disagree. I don't know. Check out another video from my channel.